Hi, I'm Dave from friendlywebguy.co.uk, and this is a first look video at something to say, which is a new internal messaging system for WordPress users. It's designed to be lightweight and simple to use and lets you send a message to multiple users or users in a role with optional email notifications. So let's get started and hop over to the dashboard to start with, where we've got our new message summary widget. Currently, I've got no messages in place for this recording. I've had 3 attempts so far with the tumble drive beeping, and yeah, we started afresh on that side. So if you hover over messages on the side, we have an inbox, sent, drafts, archived, and new message. So I'm going to start off with a new message on here. I've got Dave, user logged in Chrome, and I've got Lucas, a fictitious admin user, who's also logged in Edge to swap between the two. So on the new message screen, we've got 2 users and 2 in a role. You can search and select multiple users if you wanted to, or you can target all users that belong to a particular role. So if you wanted to email all of your site editors to remind them that you've got maintenance over the weekend and to get their articles published beforehand, you could quite easily do that, or have a combination of the both, pick individual users and pick a role as well. So it's built to be simple but flexible on that side. And if we just click on and pick a subject from a previous video attempt just to save typing, so test message 1, say this is a test, nice and simple. You can also notify each recipient by email if they don't log into the site too often, or it's a bit more time sensitive. So I'm just going to tick that to show what happens on there. And you can also tick the mark as urgent or important, which changes the UI slightly on there. So I'm going to tick both on there, click send message. We have our little message at the top there, and then it takes us across to your sent folder where we can see 2 individual messages that have been sent out. So if Lucas replies, that will go directly back to myself as Dave, likewise for Ed. It doesn't have a group message in place, so it's designed for kind of one out to many people with individual replies on there. So that saves everyone being involved in a thread where someone asks one question and 15 other people don't need to know what time they're picking the shopping up, for example. So we sent that message across to Lucas and Ed. If I swap across to Edge on here, where we got Lucas logged in, I've not hit refresh or anything on here. When you're on the dashboard, every minute it will just check for any new messages. And we can see we've got 1 unread message, of which 1 of them is urgent. So I can click on read messages here, which takes me to Lucas's inbox. As it's urgent, it's got the slight salmony pink on there and the red lines just to visualize it a bit more, as well as the exclamation icon on that side through. So if I click on the message there, I can sort of read it. So we can see it's from Dave to Lucas, the subject line, when it was sent on that side. And you can do a quick reply in here to say, test worked, and I'll just notify back on there, hit send reply. You get the little message in the middle, and then it refreshes the page, so we know that that's sent okay on there. So if I've replied to that initial message on that side, so if I swap back to my inbox, it's now going to be empty, because when you reply to a message, it then just moves across to the archived, just to keep it simple for things you have actually read. I forgot that on the previous version of this video and had to look into it and remembered I added it last night, which is why I'm doing a fresh take now. So if we swap back to inbox, we've got nothing there. If we go to sense, we can see the reply on there, and we can see that Lucas has emailed Dave, and that hasn't been read yet. But if I swap back to Edge on here and just refresh my sent screen, we can see that Lucas is marked as read for the initial one and the time that it happened there, whereas Ed hasn't logged in at all to actually acknowledge that yet, so he will show unread on that side. So we can also click up on the top here, so we've got one message showing up in amber. That can take me to the inbox there, and we can see your normal message, if it's unread, is showing in blue, and you've got the status just as a circle for unread. If I click on here, we can see the message, swap back over this side, It's now kind of plain and simple with the tick to show that's been read on that side. So as I've now read Lucas's one, if I sort back to Edge in the right window here, just refresh on there, we can see when things have been read on that side. So it's all pretty simple on that side, and it's designed to be that way because it's just internal messages between team members or users on a site. Lastly, I'm going to swap across to MailPit on here. As it's local, it's not sending real emails out. And we can see we've got the different ones in place. So new message, test message one. Hello, Ed. You've had a message from Dave. Subject, the message. To view the reply, you can click, which will then go through just to say that's an automated email. Dead simple on that side. Likewise for the return. Hello, Lucas. This is from Dave on there. And then the last one on the top on that side, sort through as well to say test work. So yeah, it's a dead simple internal messaging thing. And yeah, if you've got any thoughts or comments, please let me know. Thanks for watching.